There's a police interrogation method so psychologically devastating that innocent people confess to murders they didn't commit. It's been used in this country for over 60 years, and it's still being used on someone, somewhere, right now. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, because the moment you understand it, no one can ever use it on you. Picture this. You walk into a police station to help with an investigation. Maybe a coworker was assaulted. Maybe your neighbor went missing. You're a witness, not a suspect. They sit you in a small room, no windows, one door. The chair faces the corner, and the detective walks in, sits down, and says 9 words that flip your entire life. We know you did it. We just need to know why. You didn't do anything. But in the next 4 hours, you will confess. And here's the terrifying part. You won't even know it's happening. This is the Reid technique, developed in 1955 by a polygraph examiner named John Reid. And it's not designed to find the truth. It's designed to extract a confession. Those are 2 completely different things. Innocent people have been sent to prison for decades because of this method. The Central Park 5, Brendan Dassey, hundreds of cases overturned by DNA evidence. The common thread in nearly every one? A confession that should never have happened. So how does it actually work? It's a 9-step psychological surgery, and it begins the second you sit down. Drop comment if you've ever been in a police interview. Did they use any of these on you? Step 1 is the behavioral analysis interview. They ask casual questions and watch for tells. The problem? The science behind it is garbage. Studies show trained interrogators do barely better than chance at spotting deception. But they believe they can. So before you've said a word, they've already decided you're guilty. Step 2, confrontation. They tell you flatly that they have evidence. They don't. There may be no evidence at all, but they look you dead in the eye and lie. In the United States, that's completely legal. Step 3, they cut off your denials. Every time you say, "I didn't do it," they talk over you. They wave you off. They make denial physically exhausting. Step 4, they build a story for you. Not a question, a story. Maybe you didn't mean to. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe she pushed you first. This is called minimization, and it's the most dangerous weapon in the room. Because they're not asking if you did it. They're handing you a softer version of doing it. Step 5, they offer 2 doors. Are you a cold-blooded monster who planned this, or did you just snap in the moment? Both doors lead to a confession. There is no third door. And after 4, 6, 8 hours without food, sleep, or a lawyer, your exhausted brain will pick a door just to make it stop. And once you've cracked, steps 6 through 9 are just paperwork. They get you to elaborate, repeat it, sign it, lock it in. By then, the psychological work is done. You're just decorating your own coffin. Now here's how you survive this. If you are ever in that room, there are exactly 2 sentences you need to memorize. I am invoking my right to remain silent. I want a lawyer. Say them. Stop talking. Do not explain. Do not clarify. Do not try to seem helpful. The moment you start talking to prove your innocence, you've already lost. Because innocent people think the truth will set them free. Guilty people know the truth doesn't matter in that room. Only the confession does. And if you're thinking, I'd never confess to something I didn't do, the research says you absolutely would. Under enough pressure, sleep deprivation, and manufactured certainty, anyone breaks. Anyone. Do you think police should be allowed to lie during interrogations? Comment yes or no. The Reid technique works because most people walk into that room assuming the system is fair. That cops can't lie to you. That confession means guilt. All 3 are wrong. Now you know what they know. You see the steps. You see the script. You see the trap. When you see the trap, you can't be caught in it. hit subscribe, because the more you know, the harder you are to manipulate.